What if, in order for us to grow, like properly grow, we were to reimagine the purpose of pain? And where I'm going with this is I'm going through one of those seasons right now in my life where a relationship is ending. I'm moving into a different phase altogether. My business is shifting. My personal life is shifting. my balance is shifting, so I almost slip here on the trail. And the catalyst behind this shift was discomfort, a lot of pain. Right now I'm working through some sadness. But most importantly, it's really forced me to reflect on the reasonings behind all of this. And in the process of this reflection, I'm starting to better understand how I showed up through this process, through this last phase, if you will, this last season. And there's been a lot of transformative growth or awakenings, or understandings at least, of how I could have shown up differently, how I could have done something differently. And it really made me stop and think about this whole idea, this aversion that we have for pain, for suffering. And we live in this world where we're like fixated on constantly fixing everything, putting band-aids on everything, taking prescription drugs, drinking alcohol, recreational drugs, running from the problem because we've been conditioned to avoid pain and seek comfort. And our minds love that, like our brains love that. That sort of like dopamine rush we get when we sort of trigger them with comfort, right? It makes us feel sated. And our minds are not looking for, our minds are designed for safety. So they're gonna always make us feel really uncomfortable when anything antithesis to that occurs, right? So pain, discomfort, growth, all of those require sort of that require pain in order to evolve if we're self-aware enough. And our body doesn't like that. So it's like constantly trying to divert us away and asking us to give it something, like sate this pain. I don't want to go through it. But what if the pain itself was actually the gateway to the transformation? And when we shortchange that, when we don't go through that, we're doing ourselves a disservice and we're compromising the true growth we could have. So that's what I'm sitting with right now, is sort of trying to not run from the sadness, not run from the discomfort, not run from the pain, but really sit with it and better understand what's there to learn in this moment. How can I grow from this moment? How can I become a better version of myself in this moment? And that requires some stillness. That requires some sitting with the pain. That requires some discomfort. And my body doesn't like it. And it's like, go get a whiskey, or smoke some herb, or go take a trip, or go buy something expensive, or eat a bag of chips, or whatever it is, right? Because it gives us that rush, that dopamine rush, and it distracts us from the actual meaning and the actual moment and the actual mindfulness of it. So I guess my takeaway for this is when you're experiencing this pain and this discomfort, don't run from it. Sit with it. Understand what it is. Don't give it inappropriate meaning. Fall in love with the process of it. And be self-aware to see that there's something bigger and better on the other side. Because, I mean, think of it as a container. When we release something that doesn't serve us anymore, it's making room for something new, something else. And that's the message I have to convince myself of. So mind, heart, matter, all those things. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for today.